Welcome back to my channel, Silverline's Beauty Playbook. So I'm going to start off this video by apologizing to you ladies and gents, because I do know that some guys do watch my stuff. I'm not sure why, but it's fine. You can watch it. If I sound stuffy in this video, I am. Okay, so if it sounds like I'm struggling a little bit to breathe, or you hear me, you know, yes, this is the season. This is allergy season for me, and I get it really, really bad. So again, I apologize for being so stuffy, but it doesn't stop the fact that we're looking fabulous today. So I'm really feeling my look today. I tried a new foundation on today by Fenty, and so far I think I'm liking it. I can see the difference between my Lancome and Fenty. So Lancome gives me more of like a dewy, moisturized, you know, foundation look. It has almost like a wet look. Fenty gives you like a fresh, powdery finish. I have some lines on my forehead, and because of the powdery fresh look, it blurs the lines a little bit more than Lancome does. But again, I love both. You know, it's like, you don't always want to look dry all the time. So it's nice to have Lancome. So I'm kind of glad that I have both of them. I guess it just depends on the feel that I'm going for. And then for my eyes are from my Morphe palette. I'll try and put the palette number in the description box below. And lips, of course, by Lime Crime. So today I'm wearing two different colors mixture. I started out with Saint and rounded it out with Buffy. And again, Lime Crime is not sponsoring my videos. They need to come on with it for real. So today's video is bittersweet for me. It's one of those kind of love-hate relationship type situations that I'm dealing with. I think the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I got angry, more and more that I wanted to say something. So Shea Moisture for me is canceled. I know some of you already canceled Shea Moisture, you know, some years back. I feel like this relationship for Shea Moisture and I has just come to an end. And I really was hoping that this was the type of relationship that will last a bit longer than just a few years, but here we are. And this is one of the reasons why it's so hard for me sometimes to trust Black brands or Black businesses, because I just feel like you fall in love with their products and sometimes things just change. And I feel like it's been really, really hard to find a Black brand that has been really, really consistent. And I thought Shea Moisture was going to be one of those. But I'm going to explain to you guys my personal experience with Shea Moisture and why we are no longer together, why we're breaking up. We're breaking up. The relationship is over. So when I started my hair journey in 2014, nobody told me about Shea Moisture. I was just beginning to realize the difference between products. One of the things that I did not want to do with my hair journey starting with was use old school brands. And I didn't want to use old school brands because I felt like old school brands had the opportunities years and years and years to do right by me, and they didn't. Shea Moisture was one of the first brands, while I was doing my research, that did something that was very, very, very different. They were one of the first brands that started off with listing all the things that they did not have in their product, like right there. They were one of the first brands. Like, I'd never seen a brand that did that. Like, they were the first to say, look, we have a lot of things that are not in our product and we're trying to give you something fresh and clean. I also like the fact that they were Black owned. Something about having quality product and also it being Black owned is really like a really proud moment. They were also one of the first brands to offer me argan oil at a decent price. I remember when I found this on the shelf, I was like, oh, argan oil. I just love the feel of argan oil in my hair, and nobody offered argan oil as cheap as Shea Moisture did. So like, from their oils to their hair moisturizer, this is one of my day ones. And unfortunately, this is the last I have of them. There's about this much left in the bottle, and I don't even know if I'm going to use it or just put it in a hair museum at this point, because I don't want it to finish. I use Shea Moisture on my hair, on my skin, on my nails. Like, it was just like a Black brand that offered quality and offered variety. Shea Moisture would, you know, every 3 or 4 months, they had a new product on the line. It was an almond butter something, was it shea butter something, was it super greens, was it superfruit, was it lemon lime something, was it coconut something, was it yogurt something, like whatever fruit, vegetable you're into, Shea Moisture found a way to wrap that up into a line of shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioning, and some kind of oil with it. Like Shea Moisture did that, and I was just really excited that I can be a part of that Shea Moisture movement when it first started. Now, I know that a lot of people had canceled Shea Moisture in 2017 or 18 with whatever they had that controversial commercial about including white people or not including as many black people. To me, that didn't bother me because I felt like I've seen a lot of white people who have curls that need to be tamed. I'm all about being inclusive and letting everybody have a little bit of what we got going on, right? But I do know that some people complain about the product feeling like it was either watered down or it didn't feel as effective, like they changed something in the formula. Now for me, the products I was using by Shea Moisture was still fine. That I didn't see anything wrong with them including more people. If it meant good for their business, if it meant being inclusive and not being discriminatory, I was okay with that. I do see where other people had issues with it though. Up until 2019, I didn't really know what was going on with Shea Moisture. And I feel like I would have known more about what was going on with Shea Moisture if I don't usually buy stuff in bulk. Whenever I buy my Shea Moisture products, I usually search for a sale. And if you wait a couple months, you find a sale. When I find a sale, I stock up. I just don't buy one. I buy at least 6 to 7, items from them at one time. So the reason why I didn't take notice was because I was very stocked up with all the Shea Moisture products that I needed. So by the time I noticed something was up, was around 2019, 2019 into 2020, right? But all of a sudden, everything that was available with Shea Moisture is no longer available. Like when you go to their website, it shows that the product is on the website, but when you hit on the product, it'll say the product is out of stock. The first issue that I had with Shea Moisture was 2019, November, Black Friday. I ran up on a sale from Shea Moisture selling this particular moisturizer for $6. And this moisturizer runs anywhere between $9 to $12. But then that day it was $6. I was like, oh, this was on SheaMoisture.com. So I bought 10 of those bottles. And this bottle here will last me about a month between moisturizing and sealing and keeping my hair together. It'll last me about a month. So that was 10 months worth of product. So I bought the product from SheaMoisture.com. And a lot of times when I'm purchasing anything online, I always try to kind of gauge like how long it would take for me to get the product to my house. Like for instance, if I'm leaving town on Monday, I order it like on a Tuesday, and then that gives it like 3 or 4 business days to get here. So by the weekend, I'll have the product. And unfortunately, I did the math right, but I'm not sure that Shea Moisture did the math right because it came like 3 days early, which was upsetting because I just left town that day for work as a flight attendant. And by the time I left, it was at my doorstep. It sat on my doorstep for a whole 24 hours. And then somebody came and got it off the doorstep. It didn't last but like a day at the doorstep. So I decided to call Shea Moisture. So I called them up. I couldn't get anybody on the line. It kept either going to voicemail, blah, blah, blah. So I left a voicemail for him. I left probably around 6 voicemails because I kept calling. I called all of December of 2019. January I called. I did not hear back from Shea Moisture till mid-February. So it took Shea Moisture about maybe 2.5 months to get back to me. I even hit up Shea Moisture on Instagram, sent them a DM saying, hey, look, I've been trying to get in touch with somebody from SheaMoisture.com. Nobody answered. So no DMs was answered. I didn't get any emails from them or any calls. The only time that Shea Moisture finally hit me up was in February of 2020. When the lady called me back, right, I was contemplating in my mind. I'm like, should I tell them the truth that somebody stole my package, or should I tell them a lie that I never got the package? Because that makes a big difference, okay? Depending on the kind of business you're working with, if you tell them that your package is missing or somebody stole it, depending on the kind of business, like some certain small businesses they'll tell you, well, that's your business, we sent the package to you. But bigger businesses like places like Target or Ulta, they care more about ensuring that you come back as a customer. They will take a $30, $40 loss and say, ma'am, it's okay, we'll replace it. So then Me thinking that Shea Moisture is a big enough business, I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have to lie. Let me tell them the truth. I tell Shea Moisture, look, the package came 3 days earlier than I expected. It sat on my doorstep and somebody stole it. I said, I have it on my Ring camera system. If you want me to send you the video, I will, just to let you guys know that I'm not lying. And she was like, oh, sorry to hear that. And she's typing away, blah, blah, blah. She said, unfortunately, once we've delivered a package, there's nothing we can do about it. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, yeah, we've done our part, and it's no longer our concern when a package has been sent out. I said, so you're telling me now that you can't do anything for me? First of all, I've been waiting for you guys for 2.5 months. Instead of trying to make things work by either giving me a refund or replacing the product, you're telling me you can't do anything for me. And then she says, well, we can give you a coupon. A coupon? Did I tell you that I needed a coupon? So I said no, because who's to say that I use the coupon and the same situation doesn't happen again? The coupon doesn't fix the situation. You know what? Let me talk to a manager. I finally get a manager on the phone, and I didn't go off, but I just really expressed my disappointment. I was like, I've been waiting for over 2 months to get a response back, which to me shouldn't be a thing that I should be dealing with a business like yours. And the lady's offering me a coupon. I've been a customer way too long. I just went into the whole disappointment. I said, if you don't know the right thing to do here, then I'm pretty sure this is the last time I'm going to be purchasing from Shea Moisture. And, after she heard me, and she finally put her professional hat on and she says, okay, ma'am, what I can do for you is I can give you a refund. I was like, well, I really don't want a refund. I really want the product, because I know that my money goes further with the product than it goes with a refund. And she was just like, well, that's all I can do. And I was like, you know what? I'll take the refund. I'll take my money and go elsewhere. That kind of left a little bit of a taste in my mouth. So I think I went to Sally's. I bought them in bulk, of course. I bought enough to not need products from Shea Moisture till about mid-2020. So right about when I'm getting low on bottles, I start searching for sales. And again, like I said, if you wait a couple months, you find a sale somewhere. But I waited a month, wait 2 months, no sale. I'm running low on my little backup stash. I'm looking, and I'm realizing every time I tap on a website that says they have it at full price, they'll be out of stock. If it's not out of stock, the website, Amazon, was actually trying to sell that same bottle for $30 a bottle. Which I was just like, $30 a bottle? That don't make sense. I'm noticing that something's going on, but I can't seem to figure out what's going on. So after a while, going to different stores and different places, and I could not find the product, I called Shea Moisture up. I said, I got their number. Let me call them and see what's going on. So I speak to a lady picks up, and I say, hey, there's a product I'm looking for. I'm finding it really hard to find it. She tells me, what product is it? I said, the Shea Moisture Transitioning Hair Milk. She says, oh, I'm so sorry. That product has been discontinued. Now, this is sometime in mid-2020. And to me, that kind of explains why the product was so cheap 2019 December, was because they were trying to get rid of the product. Discontinued? Why? She says, unfortunately, ma'am, we can't disclose that information to you. And I was like, really? I feel like there's an obligation to your customers that I felt like Shea Moisture was really not trying to meet. The first time I had an issue with Shea Moisture, they were trying to give me a coupon. Second time now, I'm calling Shea Moisture to talk to them about something. They're telling me a product is discontinued and they cannot explain why. If I as a customer, I just felt a little bit insulted. I've been using this product for probably over 6 to 7 years now. And you can't tell me why the product was discontinued? So then it started to make me wonder, is there something wrong with the product? I just felt angry that I had spent my hard-earned dollars with Shea Moisture, and I can't even get an explanation as to why they're treating me like this. It's like a relationship that was just going sour, and I didn't even know the reason why. Tell me something. There's something about transparency with a company that keeps you coming back. When you understand why they do certain things, then you can relax more and say, well, I know why they did it. But the fact that Shea Moisture didn't feel like they owed me an explanation, they just said, sorry, goodbye. And this is why I tell a lot of people, please have an alternate to your products. And unfortunately for me, this product was so good that when I even tried I've tried moisturizers by Carol's Daughter. They had a hair milk that I tried, didn't like it. I've tried other moisturizers by Shea Moisture, the Manuka, the Jamaican Black Castor, I can't remember which other one I tried, but didn't like it. It just didn't gel well with my hair. And then I've tried one by Aunt Jackie's. It was like a leave-in butter. That was the same thing. It didn't really work for my hair. This was the only part of my regimen that I did not have an alternate to. And now it's being discontinued. So now I'm scrambling. So then the only other moisturizer that was on the market, Bye Shea Moisture, was this coconut and hibiscus curl and style milk. I try it. It's moisturizing, but my hair doesn't take it all in, or it doesn't sink into the hair. So after I've applied it, it leaves like a little bit of a residue in my hair. Like you can see like a whitish residue. So at this point, I decided to just manage this and keep it pushing. Then I went on their website looking for their Shea Moisture Shea Butter Oil. Can't find it. It's discontinued. Then I started to do research. I was like, you know what? Let me see something is going on with Shea Moisture. I'm realizing that a company that used to have a variety of products, it's getting harder and harder for me to find one or two items. So I Googled Shea Moisture, and I think one of the first things that I Googled was, is Shea Moisture still Black owned? Shea Moisture is no longer Black owned, which to me isn't a big deal. As long as you're giving me quality product, you can be white owned, you can be Black owned. If your product works for my hair, I'll use it. So I'm not one of those like die-hard fans of Black owned companies, because there's some Black owned companies that don't respect your money or your time. And so apparently Unilever bought Shea Moisture in either 2017 or 2018. And that's right about the time that controversial commercial came out. And that made sense. It seems like somebody else was handling their marketing and they were trying to go a different direction. I feel like personally that whoever bought Shea Moisture didn't buy Shea Moisture to promote Shea Moisture the way we know Shea Moisture to be promoted. I personally feel like whoever bought Shea Moisture bought it to sink the business or run it out of town. I feel like they saw how big Shea Moisture was. They didn't like the competition, so they bought it to kill it. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. Because when Shea Moisture was Black owned and we knew who the owner was, we were getting quality products. We were getting consistent products. We were getting variety of products. And back then I could call Shea Moisture about anything and they answered. When I went on their Instagram, I saw a lot of people who were complaining about, the one girl had won a giveaway, she said she's still waiting on the products. She never got her products, I'm guessing. If you go on SheaMoisture.com, a lot of the products some of the products are still listed on their page, but when you click on it, it's out of stock. If you go to any store, like I went to Target, if you look at the Shea Moisture section, it is like dry, thirsty, dry. And lately, if you go on Shea Moisture's Instagram or their website, the only new product they've created in the last couple of months is a wig glue and wig glue remover, like a wig care line, basically. Which I was just like, that says a lot about the direction that they're going in. Shea Moisture for me was a brand that I felt like was promoting you wearing your own and feeling comfortable in your own. It just saddens me that we finally had a brand that was just so king. And now it's like, whatever. And I just got to a place personally with Shea Moisture that I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to keep chasing a brand that doesn't care about my money, care about my hair's health, cares about me as a customer. I don't want to be a part of a brand that is taking from me and not giving me anything back. I just got tired of chasing. So any product that I had bought recently out of desperation because I was so afraid of what was going to be discontinued, I took back. I said, I'm not fighting for your business anymore. You're not fighting for my business anymore. We're done. I am still working on finding decent replacements for the products that I used to have with Shea Moisture. When I get those products, I will share them with you, of course, because I do realize that there's some of my followers who have followed me to a T and are probably struggling the same way that I'm struggling trying to find what's next. So hang in there. I have a couple of things in the works, but I have to use it long enough to realize if it's good or bad. Whatever the case may be, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.